I have been told by very reliable sources that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. However, I would say that in Adobe Photoshop, the shortest distance between 2 points when it comes to text is not necessarily a straight line. Photoshop has had the ability to put text on a path for several versions, and let's look at how we do that. First thing, let's make a new layer. Let's come over here to the new layer icon and click that one time and make a blank layer. Let's call this path. Now the path technically won't be in that layer, but that's where the text is going to go. Select that layer. Come over here and pick up your pen tool. If you are an Adobe Illustrator nut like I am, this is an old friend to you. Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, they all have pen tools. They all function the same way. They create paths, shapes, fills, and we do it all with that tool. Come over here anywhere you want and click and drag. What you're doing is, number one, you're creating your first anchor point, and you're also creating direction lines off of the anchor point. The direction lines will influence the curvature of that line. Go to about here. Let go. Move somewhere else and click and drag again, and you will notice as I move the line, I can influence the curvature of that line with the direction points. The more I drag, the more severe the curve. Up to you. Let's go to about there. Pick up your type tool. With the type tool, come over on the line and click when you see it change, just like that. When you see it change, click your mouse. Begin typing. Of course, we can do anything we want to that text. I can select it. I can change the font to anything that I want. I can make it bigger. I can make it smaller. But there are some other things that I can do. If I want to move the text on that line, influence it in other ways than just typing it or changing its color, we need to go to another tool. We need to go to this tool right here. And that is your selection tool. You have a path selection and a direct selection tool. Go to the direct selection tool. That's the white one. Come over here on your screen. When you see the cursor look like an arrow pointing to the right with an I-beam, if you click and hold and drag, you're actually going to move that text on the line. If you pull down, you can actually, if you want to do this, put it on the other side of the line. If we want to change the line itself, change what it looks like, change its curvature, same tool. I want you to come over here, wait for your cursor to turn into an arrow. You do it any other time, it'll be wrong. You touch right there and you click. And when you click, it will re-access the anchor point and it will re-access the direction lines. If I click on the anchor point, I can come in and I can move and change the line. If I go to a direction point and click on it, I can change the line itself in its curvature. Putting text on a path in Adobe Photoshop is actually very easy. We're using two tools actually three. We're using the pen tool to make the path. We're using the text tool to put the text on the path, and we're using the direct selection tool if we need to change and influence the path. Text on a path.